Hey y'all, I wanted to give you a quick run through of how great the case that came with the T-Mobile version is. I heard it was cheap plastic junk, but I gotta tell you, I was in love with the phone before, but now I really like the design of it and the added functionality. For starters, I had bought this case for the Samsung S4 when I had it, the S View, but they had some yucky plastic in the window and it would get mucked up with fingerprints, and when you would clean it, dirt would collect in the corners. This is the right idea. It's completely nothing there, but they do have a little chrome bezel, gives it a little added touch. And as you can see, you've got a choice of clocks on the outside. If you don't like that one, you could just change them. If you want to keep it digital, you just hold that and scroll a little bit, and the colors will change to any color of the rainbow. So I think that's cool. Then you get your music widget right on the outside, and then there's the temperature. Right now it's raining, so let's see, wait. It's raining. I don't know how to make that widget come to life. But anyway, it's got raindrops, kind of like HTC used to have, which I kind of missed from Sense when it went away. And also, this is where this window, this is the window that you would get your notifications or whatever. But I like to keep it on the clock, that Roman numeral clock. I think it's pretty cool. Wait, going the wrong way. Hold on. Come on. I'm using my finger because, my thing, because my hand looks so huge when I'm trying to film this. I'm no professional. But anyway, so that's really nice. The notification light is really nice. I'm going to go ahead and call myself so y'all can see how cool the notification light looks. So anyway, so that's the case. Like I said, I really like how that shows. Also, what's really nice is the back, the way it's indented when you put it down. I don't know if you can see, it's flat. Shut up. When you put it down, it lays flat, which is nice. None of the buttons get harmed. And yesterday, I was listening through an earpiece, okay? And all of a sudden, when I went to make it lower, it was so nice not to have to fuss with buttons. I just went boop, and it was lower, or boop, and it's higher. So that's pretty cool. Also, it's a really nice case. I don't know if you could see. I'll try and give you a little close-up. It's got a nice pattern on it. I really like the white version. And the cover is also really nice, if you could see. I love the logo, and it's like a canvasy pearl color. Really pretty. So there's the light. I don't know if you can see it blinking. Let's see. There you go. Very clear. Some people say it's too light, but I think it's cool. So, okay. So now I'm going to take the case off just because it's easier for me to do these few little demos with the case off. So I'm going to take it off. Okay. So, I'm going to go back. Can y'all see that? I'm going to try to stand it up better. Okay. So, a couple of things I wanted to show y'all. Now, it looks like it's really dim to me, but I guess that's good. Okay. First thing I want to say is the notifications. You see how my notifications are all there? I don't have any of this stuff showing, which it's there if I need it. But if I don't need it, I can just scroll up, and whenever I get rid of the notifications and bring them back, it's where I left it. So I think that's pretty great. Another thing is, if you're really concerned about side buttons, which I gotta tell you, I don't miss them. LG, except for the Verizon version, because they had to cripple their model, they include the volume slider right here, and also the complete volume control settings. So I think that's really great. Also, some of the things I'm going to show y'all. By the way, before I forget, when you first get yours, it comes with this sticky protective tape all the way around, and there's no color on it, so you wouldn't even know it's there. And you might think the edges are sharp, but it's just tape. You got to peel it off. Also, another thing about LG is they include a multi-picture wallpaper. I've never seen a phone do that natively, but if you just go and you hold that down, and because let me explain what I'm talking about. See mine, I have all these different, that's hiding my beautiful old face. 1 second. It doesn't want to leave. Okay, so you see how I have all these all these pictures? Well, LG lets you do that too. You just hold down the the desktop, and it says multi-photo. And you can just pick each image. So that's really cool. Another thing, if you just take your finger, say you want to show off your pictures. Like just now, I had a picture of me and I wanted to show y'all. Let's see if we can get it back. Hello. Might be gone by now. Oh, looks like it's gone. But anyway, you just go like that and all your icons disappear and all your photos will show in all their glory. Want your icons back? Just go like that. That's pretty cool. Same thing for if you want hold on, let me get them back. Once you bring them back, that's when you can do there's all your screens and you can choose your default and everything. Very simple. Another thing that's really nice about LG is that they let you move this app button anywhere you want it, and your phone button, if I had a phone here, but I have it already in a folder. Whereas most phones, if they do have an app drawer, it has to stay at the end, like Samsung does that, and I can't stand that because I put all folders down here and it just makes it look off balance, drives me crazy. Another thing about this is really cool. See this screen off button? I'll show you what it was. You can make custom icons, which is totally cool. So for instance, oh, and another thing let me just show you real quick how you can choose things to go on your, let's pick a blank screen, okay? Here, we'll pick this. Say we want to put a bunch of apps on here. We don't have to do them one at a time. You just hit the app drawer and, hold on. Let me see. No, you hold this down, I apologize. And you just go over to applications, okay, right there. And you just start flinging things on there, and it just takes them all at once, and that is so neat. And that way, when you're done, they're all there. So I think that's pretty cool. So anyway, I was showing you how to make a custom icon. So let's go. So here's my screen off icon, and you can see I had it there too. But I didn't like that it was a power button. I wanted it camouflaged so that it was part of my plant. So here's what I did. Right now there's nothing there. Whoops, I double tapped. Oh, I have to show you guest mode. I'm sorry to interrupt myself, but I have to show you this because it's so cool. When I heard about guest mode at first, I thought, well, that's kind of rude. You know, a person asks to use your phone or you want to lend it to someone and you have to kind of real quick, sneakily do some kind of thing where they can't touch anything. And I think it's insulting. But they really did guest mode nice because the way they did it is you preset the code that you want to be for a guest. So if right now, out of the blue, somebody was like, can I make a phone call or do whatever? I could be like, sure. I double tap. And I just put the code in that I had preset for guest. I guess that wasn't it. Let's try it this way. There we go. So there's guest mode. And they can do the few things that it's got a lot of functionality, but they can't get to your files or what have you. So now if they're done, they're like, thanks, and you sign off, and now you want to sign on, you just put your code. So I think that's really cool and not offensive or anything. And half of them probably don't even know that they're in guest mode. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, so let's go ahead and make a custom icon. You would hold this icon down till a little paintbrush appears right there. And then it brings up this, and you just pick, if you want a photo icon and you want to add new. So you pick the size because you can make it any size you want. In this case, we'll just make it a little one. And then we go to the picture that we used so we can add the spot that we want to be camouflaged. So for instance, I want it to be on the tree. So I'm going to go over to the tree. Where's the tree? I'm going to go a little bit smaller. A little smaller. Okay, that's about right. So there's my tree. I say okay. And now it's a tree. So I take it and I move it over there. And there, it says screen off, but you can't even see it. So we're going to throw this one away. So that's kind of cool too. Again, I like the folders on this because on most jelly beans, you've got those flying saucer plates or whatever. I don't really like that. So they kind of kept it with the folder style, which I like. And speaking of folders, If you want to change a folder, let's go here. We'll make a folder real quick. Oh, here's a folder already made. But you know how to make one. You just slip it over there and there's a folder. So you click on it, and if you want to make it a different color, you just touch that corner, and you can make it pink or almond. I mean, whatever that is, salmon. Okay, and there you go. It's that color. And then, of course, if you want to change the name, you just bring the cursor up there and just type whatever you want. Say OK, and there you go. So that's kind of cool, too. For the buttons, I'm not going to get into it with them because you know that you can change them around. That's a really cool feature. But also you can add this, which I think is cool because you can get to your notifications down there or up here. So I like that you have that option. Let's see. Another thing is with the settings. We're going to go to menu and we're going to go to system settings. Now, a lot of people complain and they're like, I don't like this tab setting thing. It's confusing, it's annoying, but you have a choice. If you don't like having to reach up to the top to get to the next phase of settings, just scroll. Whoops. Just go like that. And you can just get to sound, display, general, or if you really hate the setup, you just can go here and switch to list view. That's menu, by the way. And there you go. It's all there. There's no more tab settings. So that's another nice thing in case you're fussy and you're used to the HTC One. The battery is amazing. I mean amazing. I would say it is the most amazing phone I've ever used for battery life. I've never had one that lasted longer. I'm at 94% and I've had this, I pulled it off the charger about 11 o'clock. But I mean, it doesn't even sip it. It's amazing. So, and I had the Korean version, which only had a 2600 milliamp battery, and that battery life was not very good. And I thought, well, 400 milliamp hours is not going to make a difference, but it really does. And it might even have something to do with the fact that it's removable, or maybe the battery wasn't conditioned properly. Maybe when it's, you know, inside of the phone, it gets better conditioning before they release it. I don't know, but really, I love that. And then lastly, I'm going to show y'all the slide aside, but here's another multitasking way. You can just hold down the home button. You can get to any of your recent apps, okay? Or if you hold down the home button and you want to get to Task Manager, just go over here and you can stop whatever you want. But you also can do the slide aside, which is like if you were to open up, let's say, the gallery, and then you're like, oh, let me put that to the side. Hold on a second. Okay, I don't know why it's not doing it. I think it's 3 fingers. All right, let's go back because it's worked every time, so it must be me. Let's try it again. Notebook. I think I might be touching it on the side. Hold on. Maybe I have that feature off. Anyway, you don't really need that because you have the multitasking button. Okay. I think that's just about it. There's so many other things that the phone does, and I have to tell you, it's just a really, really great device. You know, it's a lot like the Samsung Galaxy 4, but it's a lot better. And I don't mean to, you know, insult any phone or anything, but I had the S4, and because y'all know what a nut I am, I actually had it on all 4 carriers. And on T-Mobile's, it was the worst. I mean, it was made in China, and they said that those handsets aren't as nice when Samsung makes them out of China. I don't know, but this one, very, very nice phone. I cannot say enough good things about it. And lastly, I'm going to show y'all. I took a speed test a few minutes ago, and take a look at these results. My area, T-Mobile it's got LTE, but it also reformed the 1900 spectrum. So let's see what we get. We're probably only going to get like 4 or 5. Yeah, because when it's not on LTE, which this is the just the HSPA Plus, very consistent though. But yet, a block away from my house, okay, so there you're in around the 4,000s. But look, a block away from my house, whenever I go start, you know, driving down the road, my husband will be driving, I'll just be, you know, playing with my phone, and I go to a block away, I get LTE. As you can see, LTE, and it pulls 20, you know, megabytes. So T-Mobile, I'm all in. So that's about it. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments. But I did want to show you one more thing. I don't have a glove handy, but I did notice that I was putting this in here for some reason, and then I was like, wow, you can use it when it's in plastic. Or I'm sure a glove would work too. Like, watch. So we'll go applications. Of course, not working now. Hold on. Applications, and then if you go to Gmail, and you want to go home, and you know, so that's pretty cool that you actually could use, see my notifications, close them. It's actually not working as good here because this is a curve and I'm not actually touching it, but like if we could touch up here, you could see, oh look, there I am. I'll show you. That was me in 1985. What do you think about that? Anyway, that's it, y'all. Have a great evening, and I hope you enjoy my video, and I hope you get that LG G2 because it's awesome. Even on Verizon, with all the things that they've done, I mean, it's really just a few things that they've done. I don't think they've really crippled it, and I'm sure if you're willing to root your phone, you can have complete functionality. I think it's the best phone out there right now. Thanks, y'all. Bye. Oops. Hey y'all, I just wanted to touch on a couple more things that I discovered, and I think I'll just either combine the two videos or just post this up really quick because I've been playing with it and there's some really cool things. For starters, I just want to make sure that y'all know how to do this. Let's shut it off and turn it on. And you see right there, I have a heart, a skull, and a heart, and it says, I love, love, love my LG G2. It moves like that because I've taken up more characters than the line allows. So if you put just the right amount of characters, it'll stay static. But if you put extra characters, it's going to scroll like a marquee. Still pretty cool. Alright, so the way to do that is go into settings. Whoops. Go into system settings. And I want to say about phone. No, of course not. It's owner info, wherever that is. Let's see. I guess I'll have to stop this and start over because I don't even know. It's display. Lock screen. Duh. Okay, so owner info. So you just, whoops, you check it that you want it on there, and then you go into settings and you can just use whatever you want. Now, another thing that a lot of people don't realize is, I'm going to go to the message because I don't want to ruin my lock screen info. Let's say you are using the LG keyboard, and a lot of people probably are not gonna, but some might. So, new message. So, it's a really cool keyboard because it not only has, you know, all these smiley faces, but it has tons and tons and tons of animations, okay? I mean, so many. And then they're all categorized, you know, there are so many. I mean, I don't know if you could see some of these pictures. Let's go back. But let's put that brightness up and see if we can get. Yeah, see, it gets kind of blurry when I put the brightness up. But there's little pigs and pandas and tigers and monkeys and rainbows and clouds. So cool. And each one has a different. So that's really cool because usually you have to download a third-party app to get all those emoticons. So I like that. Oh, and another thing is you can change your messaging skin, which I know Samsung does too. But let's just go ahead. And so you go. Oops, you have to first be just in the regular part of the messaging app. And then you can go to settings and you can pick your skin and how your conversation looks. Mine's on the checkerboard. You got bubble. Really cool customizations. I love it. The next thing is I want to show y'all the copy tray. So again, I'm not sure if other phones have this or if this is just part of Android or if it's LG, but I'm going to show you really quick, like if you were going to copy paste, let's make a new message. If you were to copy paste, I hope this isn't shaking too much and giving y'all a headache. If you were to copy paste, you would like just hold this down, and instead of just paste, you get a clip tray, and the clip tray just shows you every single thing that you've pasted. So I only have 2 things, but you'd be able to scroll through. So that's pretty neat because you don't have to just use the last thing pasted. Wanted to also show y'all my screen because I've not cleaned it in a while, and look how clean it stays. I'm not sure if you're able to see, but pretty cool. You probably just saw in the reflection my messy closet. Should have shut that door, but oh well. Okay, so then let's see what else we've got. The apps now. Again, I'm not sure if this is just regular Android, but if you go to your app drawer, you can, I think, hit the menu, and that will give you the opportunity to hide or show. You just check all the ones that you don't want to show. That's not saying it's uninstalling them, but they won't be in your app drawer, so that's kind of cool. And then also you can pick your app's wallpaper. So if you want your application tray to have a different background, you can pick darkness, or let's cancel. You can pick, that way you always know when you're on the app drawer. So we'll hit apply. So we're going to go home. See, so from when I go to apps, I'll always know I'm in my app drawer because, sometimes it gets confusing. Okay, so that's pretty neat. Let's see. The quick memo. I need to show y'all that. Now, a lot of people are familiar with it, but some aren't. And it's really nice. Yes, this doesn't come with a stylus, but it's pretty cool. I mean, very handy, I should say. So you go ahead and be on any screen you want. Let's go and be on the messaging app screen, okay? And so somebody just said something to you and you wanted to show it to someone else, but you didn't want to forward the message or whatever. So you could just drop down your notifications, hit quick memo. That automatically snapped a snapshot. If you just want it to be the way it is and you don't want to write on it or anything, you just hit the save button and it'll ask you where to save to, which I'll show you in a second once we do write on it. But you also have the ability with your finger to pick any of the different types of points, which is really cool. And you can also, I believe, you can cut. So let's say we want to just cut that. Okay, there you go. Then we want to save just that. We'll save it to the gallery. Okay. Now, if we go to our gallery, we're going to see that there. Here's my gallery. See, that's the quick memo. Just that. So you have a lot of options in that quick memo. I mean, I'm going to go back. I'm going to show you one more. So now let's say we are, I don't know, on the alarm clock. And you want to show someone, look, I set my alarm for 7 o'clock in the morning. You take a snapshot, quick memo, and you take your pen and you go, okay, that's good. And you go, look. Look. Or something, and then you hit save, and then it asks you to gallery or notebook. So the quick memo feature is really done up nice. I used the Note for a couple of months, Note 2, and I just found it cumbersome to write on the photos with the, I don't know. I just love this. Not trying to, criticize Samsung. And then also, I wanted to show y'all the remote control, but I'm not going to do that because the last time I did that, nothing went right and it jacked up my whole video. Just trust me when I tell you, quick remote is so easy. I will show you a little bit about it. This makes it full screen. So what I do is, unless I'm just going to do the volume or the channel, I always hit that when I want my quick remote. To add something new, first thing you're going to do is always pick the room you want it in, because if you don't drop down that window, you're going to wind up putting the TVs in the wrong spot. So first thing you do is make sure you're in the right room, okay? Then once you're in the right room, make sure that you're first doing the TV. That little pointer thing shows you you're doing the TV. Then you would switch over and do the cable box, okay? You can program favorite channels in there and everything else. You could do with your TV too if you don't have a set-top box. The nice thing about this is if you do program a TV and a set-top box, when you're in the set-top box one, you see the word all, it will shut everything, your TV and your thing. No programming needed. It just has to be linked to the same room. So that's pretty cool. And lastly, I want to show you this thing that I just discovered that they don't even talk about in the reviews. It's called wireless share. And what really is nice that it does is, let's go into settings and let's go to wireless share and connect. So wireless storage, okay? It tells you what you're on your network. It's got to be any of the devices on your home network. It gives you a web address, or it says pick this //G2. That did not work for me. I don't know if it's because I renamed my phone. I tried both, didn't work. But when I type that in the web address, I'm going to show y'all real quick how it works. I just type in here, well, let me just copy it. You go to the top bar and it's // and the address that it tells you. And now mine's already signed in, so when I go like this, it's going to automatically bring me into T-Roy. That's my G2. I don't know how you sign out, so you'll have to figure that out. But it's pretty secure because it's your own network. But it's really cool because so all I do is type in that address, and then when it did come up the first time, it asked me for a username and password, which it tells you right here what to put. It gives you one. And then you just double click. You just double click and you go to SD card and there's all your files. There's all your pictures. If you want to, copy something or whatever. So that's a really nice feature. You don't have to mess with Bluetooth or, USB connection. I really like that. So that's pretty much it. If I think of anything else, I guess there'll be a part 3. Thanks, y'all. Bye.